Okay, first up is going to be MaxTheReal on the left, playing Law and Jury, and David the Real, aka DTR, on the right, playing his usual team of Guy and M. Bison. I've said in the past I prefer Guy in the back, but he can go either way. Bison, however, is more of a traditional point character, so I don't like him in the back as much as I do the front with this particular team. However, I should note that David has won a number of tournaments using Guy and Bison, so I will not question his decision making. And sometimes a change of pace is not the worst idea, especially against someone who knows David as well as Max. Once again, these two were former teammates, part of the PSN clan, The Real. So these two have been playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken on and off for over a decade. And whether you like it or not, they are a crucial part of Street Fighter Cross Tekken's history. This is an interesting year for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. This is celebrating 10 years of version 2013, and I have a lot of really big plans for Cross Tekken this year. And you'll see more of that as the year unfolds. Combo Breaker is just one aspect of it. And we're going to continue with this first to 10. David takes the first round. Now, you always have to be careful against Law, particularly mid-range. The Junkyard combo is so fast. That's a true combo all the way through, leading to a juggle state and so much damage. It's also a fantastic punish, particularly against Bison's ranged boost combos. It's a very dangerous match for M. Bison, since on top of that, he can't jump at Law freely, thanks to the jumping is banned rule with the flip kick. I don't mind opponents burning their meter for alpha counters against Law. You don't want to have Law just tap at you with his myriad of safe pokes like the Shaolin kicks, but I think it's only -1. So even though it does not look safe, it's actually very much in Law's favor that you press something afterwards, because he will hurt you if you do. I like this. This is smart. Try and take advantage of Bison's tricky movement with Del Reverse, since Jury has to hope that her reversal goes the right direction, and since it's like a cross-up situation, it may not go the way she wants, leading to a big punish even if she teleports away. Nice. I like the idea of that, using the cross-up pressure to create a side switch situation, but Max held his own there. Ooh, I like that. CADC, but Max had it scouted. No throw for you, Law. Time is running out. I think Max has this. He does. It will make a difference here. It is now tied at 1 round apiece. Always love seeing it. It's not typical for a crouch medium punch to be an anti-air, but that is, without a doubt, Guy's best anti-air. I also like using the half charge version to get the EX version of Scissors Kick. So it does have a lot of hit stun, leading into a way to put your partner in safely. It's just you have to worry about the opponent potentially neutral jumping, knowing what's about to happen. Day was fortunate that wasn't the case there. Bushin flip, defending the skies. Bushin flip. I don't know what Jury wanted, but she's been Bushin flip twice. So I like this. When you are jumping against Guy, make sure he's not in a Bushin flip stance. Otherwise, he will most likely win with the Azuna drop. Ooh, that's a big punish. Could have gotten more off that, but for now, he just likes the spacing and slowly bleeding away. Ooh, tried to side crush her way, but the throw beat it. Threw him again. Still in David's favor, but not by much. He's going for it again. Boom. Very smart. Going for the boost flip after the anti-air. Putting Law in a situation he may want to be in otherwise. Although I wonder if Law could just flip kick out of that and not have to think about it. Raw launcher! Oh, no! Missed the charge. Got the jump back instead. This is not good. Now it is anyone's game. Until that happened. Run away. Run away. Good. David takes the first game 1-0. He is up 1-0, I mean. It's always a sticky situation when it comes to David the Real. His team is very slippery. He has plenty of ways that he can use a timer to bleed you dry, as well as ways to make sure that he has his air defense is covered, especially between the Hell attack and between Boosh and Flip into a Zuna drop. Ooh, okay. You saw that David went for a raw shoulder, but Chun-Li stopped him dead with that medium punch. There are ways to interrupt it as it's coming out, so don't telegraph it too much. And this also might be why that Max went to Chun-Li. Max's roster typically goes Law, Jack, Chun-Li, Jury. And he has been doing a lot more Law and Chun-Li over the course of the last couple of years. It used to be Law and Jack or Chun-Li and Jack, but not so much Law and Chun-Li, but he has found more success playing that team, especially since the pandemic began a few years ago. Okay. So he got the Bushin run into the overhead. Yep. You always have to watch Law and his meter. There may be EX Fury Rush coming out. Not enough meter. Still not enough meter to tag in Chun-Li. So the Shaolin's not really that scary. Shaolin's big attribute is that it's an easy tag cancel into a partner. Oh no, too far away to get that punish. And now it is Chun-Li punishing Bison for trying to do that boost combo too close. Chun-Li's also someone who can easily punish that boost combo. Smart. Chun-Li tried to get away, only get tapped at the very tip of that medium kick. Medium kick has a massive hurt box that pushes way farther than the actual model, but the hitbox is still pretty good. At that mid-close range, it is a fantastic tool to keep people from walking away or poking at you in ways that you otherwise wouldn't be able to really retaliate with. Right now, Max is up one round. Good block. So, again, you see how... Sorry. There we go. You see how Bison and Guy always put the brakes on when they approach. That way, they aren't easily punished when they do those tag cancels. How you doing, Ronan? It's tight right now. That could have just been a stomp right there. David the Real still needs to build momentum. That's one way to do it. There's a stomp. Ooh! Scissor kick all the way from downtown. Chun-Li is in a bad spot right now. Going for the cross assault. No flip kick. Guy got away. Law tries to pursue. And now it is pretty much even. Okay. There we go. My cushion on my gaming chair was way up atop my head. Very uncomfortable. David the Real manages to shift momentum, and now it is tied at 1 round apiece. What's happening here? Are we dead? There we go. Suppose there was a lot of lag in that early part. This is David the Real, after all. His connection has been controversial, to say the least, even all these years later. Yeah, not that one. Not every shoulder is safe. And against Chun-Li, it's best not to press your luck, being she has such great counter pokes between crouch light kick, stand medium punch. Got the elbow drop, but did not get the finish that he wanted. That happens a lot, by the way, getting that jump when you're trying to cancel into something. No worries. David the Real now up 2-0. Love that throwback quote from M. Bison. Let me write this down. Again, it's out of order, so it would help me if I had my notepad out so I can have the order that we need for a clean broadcast. Yeah, we're really out of order. I'm sorry, guys. Where are we here? I'll need to write this down, because this is going to look really awkward if I keep things like this. Yeah, this is really out. My goodness. How did this come out? Where are we? Okay, maybe? It's a big maybe. Yes, this is the order. Law and Chun-Li have been bent. Is now time for Law and Jack Cross. Jack Cross is an incredibly solid character in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There was a time where he was considered one of potentially the top 10 characters in the game. And I forget where I have my current tier listing, but he is still very much upper mid. He is not in the top echelon of characters in this game, but he does have his uses. His buttons are nothing short of fantastic. He has plenty of safe strings to test enemies and confirm into his partner. He has a strong reversal. He has decent frame advantage on several of his key tactics, and of course his spacing and zoning, whether it be full screen or mid screen, are very strong, and even his close range options aren't too bad. Max has a number of interesting meaty setups as well, and tech traps as you wake up to make you second guess what's coming next. So always be sure for when you're knocked down to watch for the crouch light kick. We will see if I have a chance to utilize it here. Raw launcher! Boom. For those who do not know, Law's neutral jump heavy punch does a whopping 120 damage, far above average for the rest of his attacks. So if you have a chance to use it in a combo, be sure to do so post haste. And there we go. You cannot be boosting on Law, not with the Junkyard combo, waiting for the punish. Careful. Ooh, this is tight. That could have been a combo right there. Oh, chased him down again! You saw that Guy wanted to go for the YOLO EX Hazanto, and it did not happen. Hazanto got stuffed yet again, this time right as the EX is about to come out. I don't think that move has any armor on it, so it's not the best thing to just throw out there. Okay, full screen heavy scissors. That's a juggle starter. A simple combo right there. Raw Sucker Crusher hitting its mark yet again. I can never be so bold to go for heavy scissors all the way out there. Feels like I always get neutral jumped on, especially with Law. Yeah, you see he's going for it. He's thinking about it. Good anti-air. Fantastic defense so far from David the Real. He's going to get a full punish. Okay, that's interesting. I do not believe that's instant overhead either, so it might have been input error. Well, got the elbow again. This time he's getting the link, bringing back Bison. So far, Max had trouble stopping the Bushin flip into the Azuna drop or the elbow. He's being dominated on the air, in the air, and on the ground. Full bars for both competitors. And thanks to a nicely spaced anti-air scissors kick, David the Real gets the victory. We're again going to the final round. Hazanto again. Overhead is blocked, but that EX Bushin Tatsu might be alpha counter as well now I think about it. Either way, it's doing its job, and you always want to save your meter against Law when you have to worry about either his Junkyard combo or the Shaolin kicks. Oh, there you go. EX's Fury Rush. Finally, Guy has been baited long enough that Law caught himself a fish. Watch it. That's always a smart idea. So if you're having a cross assault point blank sicked on you, going for a throw, because chances are you will at least throw the partner. Very smart. You saw that Max went for an anti-air, but the empty double reverse managed to land behind Jack, because when Jack does that move, he moves forward slightly, and that can be used to your advantage, especially as Bison. Ooh, okay, I see you. Love it. Anti-air EX rocket uppercut finally puts MaxTheReal on the board. It is now 2-1 David. The deck has been shuffled. Now it is Bison starting and Guy in the back. Okie dokie. So, don't do that. Not against Law. You know better, David. Again, these two know each other extremely well. They have been playing each other for a decade plus. Former PS3 clanmates, now on the other side of the European money match. A first to 10 exhibition celebrating 10 years of Street Fighter Cross Tekken version 2013. Bison off to a disaster start, so he's going to force his way in with the EX Scissors and actually hit his mark. I'm surprised that Max just took it. I feel like at that spot there's only raw launcher. Okay, David the Real is turning the tide rapidly, going with C80C shenanigans and catching Law both times. Oh no, Law again tried to chase it. You could have ended it right there, or come close to it. Because going for that target combo, you probably could end it in the shoulder or Bushin run into the slide. Would have done good damage. It might not have killed, but would have been very close. Either way, Law is either way in a very bad spot. So now it's up to Jackie Boy to try and turn this around. Things were firmly in Max's favor until that happened. Sorry, firmly in David's favor. So right now, Max is going for the knees again, but fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Bushin flip, Azuna drop, and the EX Megaton punch, stopping the flip. And that time, a regular tackle armors through the punch to the groin. Max is saying, don't count me out just yet. Things were firmly in Max's favor until David turned things around, and then Max had to turn things around with Jack, and he did. Whoa, no, not there. Not there. It's always risky going for Bison's slide. It's such a good move as well. It looks so cool. You saw that Jack went for the tackle, but the armor didn't quite register the way he wanted, probably because he did a little bit late. Either that or maybe the first hit of the scissor kick hit in a way that was hard to tell. Jackie Boy gets baited again thanks to the head stomp shenanigans of David the Real. Azuna drop. Got to be careful here. Anti-air, very smart. You saw that Jack went for a way to bait David the Real into doing something, and finally he made the opening that he needed to bring Law back in. Last time it was Jack that saved the day. Now it'll have to be Law. Jack in a bad spot. Alpha counter. Bring back Bison. Tremendous life lead, and time is running out. David the Real is very close to tying up this game. Interesting trade right there of the scissors. And that's a good whip punish. You always have to respect that far light kick of martial law. Light scissor. That is, I believe, 0 on block. I always envy how David hides his charges. As a Bison player, I can respect it. It feels like I always give it away. It's habit. For me, I rely Bison more on his pokes and his anti-air game, particularly when it comes to hell attack and stand heavy kick. So my Bison is very defensive. It's not as bold going for raw scissors like that. Tends not to end well. Good trade again. I don't see scissors kick get trades like that often, but there we go. That time it didn't happen, but too far away to get the full launcher. You hate to see it happen. No choice but to cross assault. A little bit of tension right there. Jumping again. If he had comboed after the knees, that might have been Guy close to dead. And again, this time no cross-up. He just landed the wrong side thanks to the peculiar way jump heavy punch alters Bison's hurt box. Raw launch again. Max is getting way too overzealous. And now David is playing with his food. This is a fantastic round for David the Real. This is actually very hype. The way David play... Oh, no! Guy had the right idea, but EX Fist Fury Rush saves the day and ties the setup for MaxTheReal. Wow! Everyone was going crazy with raw launchers, and Law decides to break the pattern with EX Fist Fury Rush, destroying Guy's raw launcher. Holy Toledo. Okay. I gotta be honest, Max stole that one. That looked to be mostly in David's control, especially off those fantastic trades. But it was not to be. Yep, still Bison's turn. That is 0. You ought to be careful against characters who have 3-frame attacks or particularly well-spaced 3-frame attacks because sometimes Bison's stand light kick won't win in terms of the hitbox hurtbox war. Bison hurtbox in general are all over the place. They're not as narrow or as favorable as they are in Street Fighter 4, so stand heavy kick, which is still a good button for him in Cross Tekken, it's better in 4, outright. Jack going for the surprise overhead, and it works. There is so much respect you have to give Jack at pretty much every range. Far range, he has the geysers. Again, Bison's scissors kick is hitting its mark either true or in trades, despite Law clearly looking for it now. Chasing down. And here comes Jack, optimizing as much of Law's opening as he can, since Jack does deal significant amounts of damage. Okay, I'm not sure where Jack wanted to go there. Maybe a crouch light punch. Either way, he gets stuffed by the Bison boost. Azuna drop, defending the skies. Azuna drop, defending the skies again. It's a fool's errand, and another cross-up. Jack is not getting the cross-cuts he wants for the rocket uppercut. However, he does have full-screen tag cancels. Be careful what you do on the ground against Jack at any point. Very smart. Again, if you are getting cross-assault, you have to be sure to try and pause the partner as long as you can, and typically they will eat throws. Raw launcher! And he has been baited a number of times now off that CADC from Guy. Good anti-air. That was surprisingly deep. Oh! What a trade! And not enough to finish, though. What an exchange! The real Bison, ladies and gentlemen. Holy Toledo. Going for it raw again. Maybe Law is thinking if I jump like I'm expecting it, he'll CADC and then go for a hell attack. Since Bison does deal above average air-to-air damage compared to other characters in the game. Thanks in large part to his hell attack. Tense. Alright, I like that. This time, Jack actually did stop the Bushin flip. You can tell that Max has been trying to stop that a while now with the exact angle and timing he needs with his jump back attacks. Not enough to link, sadly. Good anti-air again from DTR. Bison tried moving forward, but got stopped at the pass with the stand light kick. Combo was not finished. That would have been Bison down if it was. Is that the opening? There you go. Do not let Bison crush you for free, since you know he wants to tag cancel in Guy, especially when you have the flip kick. Jumping is banned, and so are Psycho Crushers, that particular speed and angle. MaxTheReal takes the lead 3-2. And I just realized this whole time I had my audio on mute. Go figure. That should be good for now.
Nonsense. Psycho Crusher.
It's always tense when you're going for stand mean kicks against Law, since the penalty for being too overzealous is so high. However, I have to admit, DTR has been hitting it more often than not. His spacing has been on point. Good throw break. Jump in. With the double jump in. I'm not sure what he's looking for here. There are some characters you can just neutral jump on for days and days, and you'll probably open them up. Like Heihachi, for instance, but Bison, not so much. He has plenty of ways to get out of the situation. That's best to pursue him forward or backward rather than neutral jump. Again, CADC shenanigans. Guy went for a full charge, and Law got a free jump in. So maybe you shouldn't go for full charge EX attacks each time. That's interesting. Guy ducked under the crouched light punch. That is weird. Maybe that's just a hitbox visual error. Overhead. Missed the punish again. I wonder if he... Raw launcher! I wonder if he can go for the crouched light punch with Jack to punish that. Either way, he got what he needed. Raw launcher shifts the tide in a massive way. MaxTheReal continues his momentum.
Don't blink.
Full charge. And dashing up twice. Thankfully, there was no junkyard waiting for him. Throw break again. That's not a safe scissor, but he missed the link. You can punish that, by the way. Go for crouch light kick. Dash up, throw. Law stuck in the corner. Bison wanted that meaty, heavy punch, but did not get it. Flip did not autocorrect. In that situation, just go for the back version since it'll move him backwards and probably catch that cross up. That's freaking Jack Boy. Alpha counter, stop momentum in his tracks. There you go, crosscut DP, finally. Boom. Jack wants to challenge that Bushin flip so bad. Throw number 2. Raw launcher, nobody home. Make it hurt, Max. Make it hurt. Ooh. Now we're just getting disrespectful. EX flip kick. Going for it. Major YOLO style. It is now 4-2 MaxTheReal. How do I fix this?
I'm ready. Fight!
Identify targets to be exterminated.
Face your nightmare.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Fushiryu.
It's all or nothing.
Okie doke. So, right now, I like the way David is playing, but Max's explosiveness is causing him to run away with it. It sucks to feel like you're doing everything right, especially when you have people saying you're doing well, but it's just not enough because damage can be so variable in this game. It can be slight or it can be incredibly high off of minimal resources and just the right call on what your starter is. Max and Jack and Law deal obscene damage.
I leave it to you.
This team in particular, with the way Jack can go for rocket uppers and setting up Law's neutral jump heavy punch, oh my goodness, so much pain, especially when you have attack gems burning. That's another dynamic about Cross Tekken 2013. The default gems got way better than they were in vanilla. So if you want to deal crazy damage in a hurry, you have the attack gem option. And being Jack and Claw deal so much damage on their own anyway, it just compounds the situation you find yourself in if you have a meter building set that you use for having more resources to tag in and out or use your EX tools rather than a defense gem to mitigate the offensive onslaught that comes with the attack gems on a high damage team. And it's particularly bad for counter-poking again with Stan Like. It's particularly bad for facing Law, because Law not only does fantastic damage on his own, he also has pretty much every offensive defense you could possibly hope for other than a projectile. However, David the Real has a slight life lead. Oh, that could have been a big happy birthday. He didn't get it. Oh, man. Either way, David, until that happened. Finally, the scissor kick didn't trade. I don't see scissor kick trade often, but it was happening so much with David the Real's Bison. Finally, it got stuffed as I typically see it in that situation. Probably because Max is going for stand light kick, which lingers a bit, so probably interrupting the scissor kick before it becomes active. He might have been catching it at the tip before, as activity was just starting, so it was trading more often than not. Again, Bison has a lot of moves that moves his hurt box massively forward, even when it feels like full screen. Boom. So time is running out. Keeping that life lead is very smart, because that forces Max to get sloppy, and that gives David a chance to exert his will and do what he does best, which is burn the clock and be lame. David the Real subscribes to the infiltration style of make you want to jam your eyes on nails trying to rush at him only to see time expire and him be lame as possible, even though it feels like you're doing everything right, you just couldn't chase him down long enough. It's a viable tactic. I like games that force you to use the clock, because typically the clocks are so slow in most games that, I don't know, I feel like I want to see timers actually be timers. I'm not sure if Max wanted a raw Shaolin kicks, but he got it. Boom. Yeah, damage is so high in this game. There's no reason you should have time overs anyway if you're optimizing stuff. However, David the Real always seems to find his way out of bad situations, so doesn't have to deal with all that crazy damage that happens in this game. Could he have the punish again? I'm thinking crouch light punch, if anything. Smart. You still have plenty of time to turn this around. Don't fall for it. Good. Anti-air again. David the Real has so much patience. I envy him for always having the right call when it comes to his neutral as Bison. Yeah, I may be Evo champion, but I can respect good Bisons. That was a fantastically played round. Hey, David the Real's tricky, Max. He may have his moments, but he's not he's no bum. Right now, Max is up by 1. By the way, David, I say that respectfully. To your credit, David, you have matured immensely since you joined our Discord, and I acknowledge that. Keep up the good work.
To be exterminated.
Let the madness begin.
Okay, so David the Real only down 1. He can tie it up if he wins this game. This is a first to 10. There are still plenty of games to go. And with the way both of them play, I think either player can easily take momentum back if they feel it slipping away. Both these players know each other very well, and they're both very patient. They know that if they press hard enough or they feint hard enough, eventually they'll have their opening, and they will make the most of it for the most part. I love it. Very carefully putting that elbow where the rocket couldn't get it. That time, though, not so much. Here comes Chun-Li. We actually did have a character change in between games. Law is out, Chun-Li is in. I wonder it's because that Chun-Li has such air superiority with her jump heavy punches, as well as Well, they both have consistent punishes, actually, so maybe not that. Either way, Chun-Li is also top tier, so it's not the worst idea to make an adjustment, particularly because I think Chun-Li fights Bison a little bit better. Not much better, but a little bit better than Law does. Because Law's a junkyard combo, and he does have the flip kick, but I think in terms of how David plays, Chun-Li may be a better counter for David's tendency to be lame. Because then you have to force David to force his way in against Chun-Li since she can run away with the best of them. And having Jack on top of that can force David to play in a way he may not be comfortable with. Perfect spot right there for the Skull Diver. They'll reverse. Still Bison's turn. Head stomp. Chase down. Alpha countering through the frame advantage. That particular tar combo against Jack. Oh no, not again! In the worst possible spot as well. Caught in the corner. This is done. Bug or not! He missed the juggle. Big jump in and interesting choice right here for David the Real. He has to be frustrated that Jack didn't die there. He could have just done 2 mediums into an ender of any kind. That would have been it. This round is rapidly slipping away. Max about to steal one if... Alright, David the Real going for the cross assault. Running in all directions using the armored Bushin run. Okay, momentum is back on David's side. Very much on David's side. Anti-airing with the overhead Bushin run, and David has tied it at 4.
Bushinryu's perfection.
Good stuff, David. How is it going, SA? It's been a long time. It's going great right now. I'm actually one of the guys in charge of the Richmond local monthlies now. I've been doing streams and I've been providing tech. And I've been uploading stuff to the various networks so people know that we're growing our scene again with offline monthlies. We're doing them at the Castleberg Lounge. The Castleberg Lounge near the baseball diamond. That's also why I'm doing everything this year to give Cross Tekken everything I have left to give, because I imagine my focus for FGC stuff is going to be focused on rebuilding our locals. Where have you been, SA? I didn't know you moved. Or maybe I did and I forgot. Sorry about that. Texas. Where are you in Texas? There are a number of Cross Tekken players in Texas. San Antonio, got it. Yeah, we have Ice in Houston and Scrubs in Dallas. I don't know who's in San Antonio. Oh, a truck driver, huh? Well, next time I see you on the road, I will have to get you to honk your horn. Understandable.
Face your nightmare.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Identify targets to be exterminated.
I'm ready. Fight!
Are you ready?
Okie dokie. So... Uh-oh! Are we really doing that? We're just reversing through Psycho Crushers? Alright, a jump heavy punch right on top of Jack's tall head has... That's interesting as well. He caught the perfect spot for the ruck uppercut, and as such got massive anti-air damage. Chun-Li has been put back on the bench. It is once again time to enforce the law. Yeah, it's not the worst idea. By the way, they're not just being trolls by whiffing buttons like that. When you whiff buttons in Cross Tekken, you can build meter even though you're not hitting anybody. So using that as a way to build meter, just like in Third Strike, it's not the worst idea if you're in a situation where the opponent can't catch you. This Fury Rush trade still benefits Law. There's so much stun on that move. But don't be doing that on Law. But maybe you could do it on Law. Perfect spot. The perfect spot to whiff punish Law, and MaxTheReal shows me something I haven't considered. Going for a double reverse right outside, not the skull diver, I mean, right outside the flip kick range and getting a whiff punish. I didn't think that would work. I'll have to do it for next time. Man. Uh-oh. That's a low attack, by the way. Always got to watch it. Again, anti-airing with the overhead from Bushin Run. Jack still can't get his hands on Guy as he comes from the air. Until that happened, he went for an elbow that time. And as such, got what he needed until EX Bushin kick, the Bushin Tatsu. Stopping Law in his tracks. This should be the end right here. It is now tied at 1 round apiece.
Sharpen your senses.
Final round.
Surprise attack. Just hit.
Oppose me.
Okay. Punish or not. Tapped with Guy's links. That did a surprising amount of damage. Oh, there you go. Crosscut DP. Still, until that, yep, you gotta respect it. The light version, I think, is only -1 or -2. It's not a reverse, not a true reversal, by the way. I think you can beat it pretty easily, but either way, it's something you gotta respect on block, particularly. Boom. Raw launcher. This may be it. There are so many gems burning right now. And with the damage these two pack, that's a difference between a lot of damage and fatal damage. MaxTheReal up 5-4.
I'm ready. Fight!
Identify targets to be exterminated.
Face your nightmare.
この戦いの先に俺の進む道がある。
Let's do this.
Whoa! Scissor all the way from downtown again, hitting his mark. Again, I'm always surprised that MaxTheReal has the accuracy he does going for YOLO scissors. I don't have that. Stopped in his tracks. Law tried to march forward, only get hit with crouch medium kick, but did not get the link. Neither did Bison, thankfully. Big punish. I just noticed that Guy has shockingly been benched for Ryu. I don't remember the last time David has played Ryu. Maybe my memory is just fuzzy, but if he has, it hasn't been in recent memory. Not the worst idea. Ryu is good. I think he's a better character this game overall than Guy. by a significant margin. You just have to be careful when you go for YOLO Tatsus that way. That is interesting. That is real interesting, and so far it's paid off dividends.
Power 0.
So, I'm not sure what Max wanted there, or what David wanted there, but that Shoryuken stretchy limb exchange worked out in David's favor and got him the round. Yep. Fool me once, shame on you. There is still another one on deck. However, Law gets stuffed with the Bison boost again. David building big momentum. Until that happened. Smart. I like that. Ooh, that could be a punish. That's a big punish. The Fireball Psycho Crusher combo pummeling Jack from afar. However, there is still Jack and Law damage. Law missed the combo. Throw. Boom. Perfect spot right there for MaxTheReal to stick out a button and get results with that sneaky crouch medium kick.
There's no turning back.
Jumping around. Flip kick. Whip punish again, but too far away. So I'm liking the strategy that is being used right now. Get that head stomp. I'm going to guess the only way for Max to win the situation entirely is just a flip kick the head stomp. And to be honest, because he has a second flip kick afterwards, he should be able to catch a double reverse if he decides to fake into that. Big adjustment though, so it wasn't necessary. After some confusion, Max continues his momentum. He is now up 6-4. Once again, be sure to join our official side tournament at Combo Breaker. That will be taking place Saturday, May 27th at Combo Breaker and at the Renaissance Convention Center in Schaumburg, Illinois. $5 entry fee and a $500 pop bonus. It'll be played on Xbox 360, and all setups will have converters provided. So don't worry about that part. I got you covered. Top 4 will be streamed on IFC Yipes at 7:30 that day, and joining me on commentary will be Rome himself. It's always a pleasure to have Rome support you across Tekken, and I appreciate him taking the comms when he did at East Coast Throwdown. That had a fantastic turnout, particularly came to the view count, and hopefully together we will continue the great history Cross Tekken has at Combo Breaker. As a reminder, the top 4 for 2019 Street Fighter Cross Tekken at Combo Breaker currently stands at over 430,000 views.
To be exterminated.
I'm ready. Fight!
Face your nightmare.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Kushiryu.
It's all or nothing.
This is a dangerous chess match. That's unfortunate. I'm wondering, was that the light? I don't think it was the light version. That was not air crush, by the way. That was a counter hit that guy got leading to that juggle. Raw launcher. You do it to me enough times after CDC. Now I'm going to do it to you. Don't be getting fancy with me. Law unable to hit that link after the medium punch. Alpha counter through, stopping momentum. Good throw break. Very good throw break from MaxTheReal, actually. Don't get stuffed again. Scissor kick from downtown. It's hitting its mark. And notice how David's dialing back specifically to let the attack gems burn out. Another trade. Finally, the sneaky crouch medium kick stops Bison. Everything is falling apart now. Jumps back, hell attack. Armoring through. No YOLO kick for you, my friend. Trade again. Notice that Ryu has been benched for Guy. At this point in a 6-4 hole, you want to use what you know. Guy just ran into an overhead of the tallest order. Big Duff with the heavy punch. Big Duff. Punish or not. Yeah, the heavy version, you can kind of tell which the heavy version. The heavy version's kick is not safe at all on block. Jack might be able to just do that and get results. Max is getting very comfortable getting the juggle off the anti-air medium rocket upper. Good job not falling for whatever shenanigans Guy wanted to go for upon landing. Scissor kick again. Yeah, that was very late. Fist Fury Rush. You fell for it. We are 55 seconds left until time over. Still very much anyone's round. Moment of tension. You want to be careful now. Bison has all the resources he needs to finish this. Don't let him jump in for free like that, though. Jack has to do this pretty much all in the zone now. Got the cross up! No, he didn't finish his food! That could have been the one! Careful. Duff. Duff. Chasing him down, I think... No, not enough. Raw launcher, that is enough! Oh, its time was about to expire. Max snatched victory away from David. Yet again, it is now 7-4 MaxTheReal. Just a moment. Okay, good.
Targets to be exterminated.
I'm ready. Fight!
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Face your nightmare. Let's do this. Fight.
Boom.
Hard and fast.
Increasing reaction speed.
Uh-oh. This time, no throw or launcher, just going for more links. Jump in, but no follow-up. Not quite enough hits done. Oh, love it. Air-to-air superiority. That is Guy in a nutshell. And now they're just getting way too fancy. I don't think anyone... Oh, that's not conversion either! No one is finishing their food until David the Real says, give me these table scraps. I'm taking it.
Zero.
Bison ending in super. David the Real is staring at a 3-game deficit, and if he loses 3 more games, that will be the end of the set. So he has quite the hill to overcome right now in this first of 10. See, he will need to win 6 more games, and Max only has to win 3 more games. This is going to be tight. Fist Fury Rush. You always have to watch how much meter Law builds, and even without meter gems, Law does build meter at an astonishing rate. Between all of his multi-hitting attacks and all of his blocking that go on for days and days. Smart. Track the Oki. Boom. Yeah, I've already mentioned that the Fist Fury Rush is punishable if you block it, but the spacing and online tightness makes it hard. So maybe Guy was going for a throw. I do think the light version is throw invincible, on top of being -1 or -2 on block. So being that's the main juggle starter on grounded attacks, that's clutch from Max to implement that in a weird situation. Row. That's a punish. Or it's not a punish. Whichever. End and dead. Oh, no chip out. But it makes no difference. He has a massive life advantage and time is running out. There is nothing he can do to win this now.
Time over.
Sharpen your senses.
Final round.
Fully operational.
Good. The elbow all the way from up top. Bison tracking. Gets him again. This happened a lot early on. No, that's not good at all. That's a fantastic... No, dropped it! And he just walked up and did Tatsu, daring to press something, and that's exactly what Max did. David back on the board. It is now 7-5, MaxTheReal.
Red team wins.
I'm ready. Fight!
Identify targets to be exterminated.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Face your nightmare. Are you ready?
Still going with Law and Jack.
Why, you?
Once again, Max's roster typically goes Jack, Law, Chun-Li, and Jury. We've already seen Jury, we've already seen Chun-Li, but Law and Jack looks to be the most consistent team in this first 10. Guy's evasiveness has been a major thorn in Jack's side this whole set, and this may be how David can start to turn this around. Again, Jack is lucky that he's... I'd say Jack was lucky he recovered in time, but not that situation.
Power 0.
I work towards Bushinryu's perfection.
Do you have what it takes?
Eyes on me.
Chasing down and going for the raw junkyard. Getting results, but not the juggle he wants. EX Bushin Tatsu reversal. Bring in Bison for big damage. Law has one attack gem activated. He needs to tap him more because right now David's defense is making sure that gem's going to waste. Anti-airing with... Anti-air that medium kick is not common. Usually, if you get jumped in on that minion kick, that minion kick's gonna lose every single time. Okay, so I like this. Going for the Psycho Crusher to stop and go over the potential geyser situation and then tagging Guy as the tip of it hits. Big jump in. Make this hurt. Make this hurt a lot. Ah, love it. That should... Yeah, that should be the round.
Open your soul to the battle.
Who will come out on top?
I didn't know he used Jack. I've seen his other character. I haven't seen Jack much. Good alpha counter. Tagging in Bison very early. He must really feel comfortable about this matchup. And I said earlier, Bison has ways to punish Law just as Law has ways to punish Bison. He punishes the block of rush better than most. Anti-air scissor kick.
Surprise attack. Surprise attack.
I think it depends. You have to learn how to cross-cut properly, and that can be hard in this game. Otherwise, I'd be doing better with Sagat than I do right now. Not everyone has back medium punch that autocorrects like you do. Tension's rising right now. Max trying to force his way in. He got fancy, and David decides to make him feel it. Even though that didn't do much damage, he has so much time to play with right now. So the hemorrhaging continues. Playing with his food right now. David, the raw launcher! This should be the round. This won't kill, but now it makes no difference. 8 seconds left. Raw launcher will make a difference. Do as much damage as you want, it's not going to work. David the Real has closed the gap to 1. It is now 7-6 Max the Real.
Red team wins.
See what's going on here. Just a moment. Okay, now that's out of the way.
Face your nightmare.
I'm ready. Fight!
Identify targets to be exterminated.
It's all on the line. Fight. Hurry up! I will finish this. Hit. Hit.
I'm over here.
Struggle all you want.
Love it. Love it a lot right now. David the Real playing like he means it. He is only 1 game away from tying this and then becomes the first of 3 wins on both sides. Shout out to David for climbing out of a tremendous hole that Max put him in And now it is just about cleared. The pressure is very much on Max at the moment. He got a lucky wall bounce off the EX tackle, and because Law deals such extraordinary damage, as does Jack, that one lucky hit is all it may take to take this round for Max. Guy in a bad spot, he's going to try his hardest to bring in Bison. Like that. These next seconds will determine everything, because both are at about even health, and because of the way partner health recovers, that could be it right there. That is it. David hangs on. He is one round away from tying this set.
Tremble before me. Don't blink!
You're wide open.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I missed it again! No worries. CDC into a throw. And now you have to watch yourself. Instant Bushin run overhead. Oh, when Guy gets those jump-ins he doesn't want moving forward, be sure to flip kick him. Against Law, jumping ideally should be banned. He's gonna jump. One bar. Bring in Bison. I think he has had enough of Guy not penetrating the defense of Law. Good hell attack. Oh, but too high in the air. You hate to see it happen. That's happened to me so many times, where you're not sure if you have enough for both hits of the confirm to the crusher.
Surprise attack. Good attack.
Ball jump. Yeah, Max is looking for it. Skull diver left unpunished. Okay, raw scissor, and so far David's done a great job navigating around the head of Jack using those jumps, but he is not getting the whip punishes he used to. There we go, second kick of the flip. Manages to catch Bison. Time is running out once again. EX flip kick into a conversion.
Beginning scheduled maintenance.
It's all or nothing now.
Tension is rising. I should note that the counter hit version of Bushin overhead from the run, that will cause a ground bounce. So if he is charging and he has a counter hit stored, watch your head, please. David the Real has been very adept at minding his spacing and timing so that the Bushin run overhead comes out when you're least expecting it. Throw. Very smart of David to stay in a spot where he can't be easily reversaled.
DTR attack.
Here comes the assault. Here comes the assault again. That's an interesting little effect right there, getting that spin off the overhead. Again, Jack can't quite get them till that happened. I say Jack can't quite get his hands on Guy. Ugh, can't even talk right now. Jack is having trouble putting his digits on Guy's person.
Beginning scheduled maintenance.
Until that happened.
Red team wins.
MaxTheReal is up 8-6.
I'm ready. Fight!
Identified targets to be exterminated.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Face your nightmare. It's all or nothing.
Flip kick, there you go. Boom, boom, boom. There you go! Stopping in its tracks. Tensions continue to rise as we enter the twilight of this first to 10. It is 8-6 MaxTheReal. And I think David is realizing that Max may have adapted to Guy's hit and run tactics. So he'll have to rely on his whip punishing and spacing. He has done incredibly well with that using Bison and making this Bison Law matchup not quite as intimidating as it would be on paper. I still have not seen him punish EX's Fear versus Bison. That's a pretty easy punish between the close light kick and the crouch light kick. Great spacing on both and great speed on both. This is -5 on block.
Beginning scheduled maintenance.
Yeah, Max has absolutely built momentum. He's getting a sense that more often than not, David's going to go airborne in a space that may be difficult for him to anti-air properly. So if he can just focus on minding the ground game and putting himself in a situation where he can easily anticipate which direction Guy and Bison will be coming from, given he has Jack and, yeah, that. He's getting a little bit too overzealous. You have to respect that as well. Sometimes it's just better to block.
Surprise attack. Surprise attack. Surprise attack.
Nice. Jack was getting a little bit too careless with the geysers, so the Crusher, which puts Bison above ground, puts a stop to that and brings in Guy. Tracks the Yoki, gets a big jump in, and this should... Nah, it's not. Not with that one. Ah, he misses the Azuna drop. Guy using the wall jump to clear all that space. Bison again couldn't catch with the... No, he didn't need the ender because he didn't want to be stuck in the corner. So not the worst idea to do that. David instead opted to run away and burn the clock further since he does have a tremendous life lead. It may be a little bit too soon to... Yeah, you may want to finish your food now, David. Because a lot can happen against Max in 20 seconds. All these resources. Okay, now it is getting insurmountable. David's got this round. Yeah, you saw they forfeited about 10 seconds in.
Justice wins. Sorry.
Final round.
Hurry up! Hold on to! I will not show weakness.
Not today, my friend. EX flip kick stopping Guy. And now it is time for Jackie Boy to exert his will since there is no mirror to alpha counter. Now there is. Oh, good cross-up from Guy. And again, tracking the roll. David getting really fancy. Double teleport. Again, he could not cross him up. He got raw launched instead. 8-7 MaxTheReal.
I worked.
No, Jackie Moore. Jackie Chan's a different guy. We're talking Jackie Moore. Former women's champion Jackie Moore. There's also Jackie Bryant. Yeah!
Shinryu.
Face your nightmare.
Well, his influence shouldn't get to you.
Fight!
Although both of you have been on the outs with the administrators of Discord before. So maybe he already has affected you. And you didn't realize until now. Okay. I'm going to admit this set so far, and this is no slight to either of them, I didn't expect it to be this close. The other set I thought was more dynamic, the one I reviewed earlier with Frosty and RC, but this set is a masterclass of being able to use the block to your advantage with both characters. I think Max has adapted well to David's rhythm and anticipating when he wants to run away and when he wants to approach. And over the course of the set, he has done an excellent job finding a space where the block can be used to his advantage rather than David's. At the same time, David has shifted his pace enough where Max cannot comfortably maintain momentum.
Switching to standby mode.
You can't back down now.
Max is 2 games away from winning the set. David the Real 3 games away. It has all come down to this. Throw number 1. Okay. I don't see Max go often for the raw dragon kick unless the opponent is using a fireball character. But I do like how he spaced in a way where it felt hard to really discern. Very smart of Max to know that David would have trouble punishing the blocked EX Shaolin kick. Yeah, guard yourself very carefully, Law, because I guarantee you, or never mind, he rolled out. I'm about to say, if he could space in a way where he couldn't easy roll out, he'd probably try and wall jump out. Good block, but no punish until that happened. David's kept it very simple, catching Max unaware with throw after throw after throw, and that has tied up the game.
Who will come out on top?
Hurry up! Hurry up! You know this is a lost cause.
Oh my goodness. Hazanto after Hazanto. David is giving Max the cold shoulder.
I leave it to you.
So I like what the chat is saying. There are options that Guy could utilize against Law and his blocked EX flip kick. He can interrupt the kick as it comes down, or he could just chase Law in the air and do the air throw. Max once again catches Bison. He's trying to come down for a skull diver. David's relied very heavily on making sure Jack is not anti-airing the right way. So, you saw Guy try to armor through something. Instead, it is Jack who armored through Guy. Big wall bounce, big damage, and potentially, yep, chase to the back edge from an overhead. It's a big victory. MaxTheReal, 1 game away from taking this first to 10 money match.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Face your
Man, you remember when Zombie Driver made that really mean video about Barris?
Identify targets to be
That
exterminated.
is...
It's all or nothing.
That might be my favorite cross-Tekken video of all time.
Hit is mine.
Why you?
like, not counting things that are tournament footage, which I think are more important archiving the history of Cross Tekken, in terms of the Cross Tekken community, Zombie and Barris, that might be my favorite of all time. The music, the editing, the ending. The ending was... Yeah, at first, when I first took over the Facebook group, I thought it was just competitive banter, and then I realized it's not resulting in any games anymore. And man, the people I have banned from that Facebook group, oh my goodness, guys, you wouldn't believe. I'm not going to say it here, because it'd be disrespectful for me to bring up stuff from many years ago and what was being said, but man, oh man, it was a time. And I know a lot of my decisions to do that were met with massive criticism. At the same time, I did the best I could given what I had to work at the time. Yeah, he is letting Law get away with a lot, but what you want to do is But, alright, hold on. He is letting Law get away with stuff, but I think David has also done a fantastic job with punishing Law in many situations that you wouldn't think about otherwise, especially as Bison. But maybe you weren't there. This is earlier in the set where Bison was doing the head stomp, and he would skull diver just outside of flip kick range, so he got a free whiff punish, or empty skull diver. Just not go everything and just land simply.
Justice wins. Sorry.
David the Real lames it out, telling Max it's not over yet. You still have to take one more game off me, and I could easily take 3 in a row off you. I always appreciate seeing counter hit in ears like that. There you go. EX Azanto blasting Law, wall bounce into the combo, ending in... Oh! Getting fancy there! He went for a Bushin run stop, but didn't get the juggle enter he wanted. Max needs to get control back right now. This has been all David the Real. First he bled him out last game using the timer scam, and now he's dealing the cool combos, the fun guy combos. And now he's going back to punishing Jack and Law whenever they try, advancing in a way that guy wants. No choice but to burn bar there, not just to clear the gap, but to deal as much damage you can.
Surprise attack. Surprise attack.
Unfortunately, too far away. It's hard to tell because Jack's model is so massive, but that doesn't mean he's still within throw range. It's always triggered with Bice particular, I think, because he punches forward so it looks like he's actually reaching farther than he really is. Full screen punish with a Psycho Crusher? Okay. Time is running out. David the Real gonna finish it here. And now it is 9-8 MaxTheReal.
Nothing but garbage.
Prepare for a lesson on the power of Bushinryu.
Face your nightmare.
I'm ready. Fight!
Let's do this.
MaxTheReal is going back to Law and Chun-Li. So, I felt Jack was doing his part, but given how many times Jack had been unable to catch Guy or Bison crossing him over and whip punishing him, maybe going for Chun-Li, whose anti-air options are more straightforward, is the worst idea, especially with dominating round like that. Max is once again on set point. Chun-Li extending her hand with a friendly handshake, only to turn the tables on Guy and pummel him, bringing in the law. Chun-Li is, after all, a police officer, so she respects and gets along with the law, maybe more than she would a vigilante like Guy of the Bushin. Jumping in with the low arcing medium kick. Oh, stuffing! This time there is no trade. The scissor kick is completely nullified by a preemptive stand-like kick. Bison has to clear this gap. He also has to respect that Chun-Li has some decent options to attack his air attacks, like the air throw or jump heavy punches. Bison in a bad spot. No choice but the tag cancel Guy. Bison's lucky he didn't get flip kicked there off that raw Psycho Crusher. Bison doesn't get much of a supercharge, no. The best he gets is making people think a scissor kick coming, then he can just dash forward and go through a throw mix, or if he's lucky enough, have them stand still enough for close medium kick for frame advantage. Otherwise, yeah, it's not fun for him. Just like Street Fighter 4, his FADC, CC options aren't that great. Oh, misses the launcher! Well, thankfully, it wasn't worse. Still anyone's set. Time is running out. Chun-Li has to get out of there. No choice. Did he give up? What a anticlimactic ending to a first to 10. Bison just gave up, and MaxTheReal wins a tenuous first to 10. I'm assuming David thought he had more health than he actually did. Well, that is our show for the evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this European first to 10 money match between MaxTheReal and DTR, aka David the Real. It was exciting, and I'll be giving this to NYC Furby. You can check the VOD for this video on that channel. And once again, I would appreciate it if you are going to be there to sign up for Street Fighter Cross Tekken at Combo Breaker. That is part of the official All In Together tournament series. One of the many community-ran tournaments. I will be commentating Top 4 with Rome himself on IFC Yipes that Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. The tournament start will be 4:30 Central Time. It will be around Xbox 360. There's a $500 pop bonus provided by myself, and there'll be Brook converters on all setups. So you don't have to sweat digging up your old 366. Anything you work with right now, your sticks, your pads, they will work. In the interim, this is Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires, hashtag Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I will see each and every one of you next time, whenever it may be. Thank you for continuing to cross the line with this wonderful game, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and expect a lot more the next few months as we celebrate 10 years of version 2013. Until next time, everybody.